Turkey hop.
Hello, everyone. Jen, you want to kick us off?
Oh, hey. Yeah, there's a delay on the YouTube feed. So, all right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Lieben. I am an instructional technology coach with the Learning Technology Center of Illinois, and welcome to our Google Fall Kickoff virtual meeting. Yay. Steve?
Well, I'm up next.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve Wick. I do some stuff at Neuqua Valley High School. I forget what Andy usually tells me what to do, so that's kind of how we roll in my district for those. I'm excited to be here and get this group going again. David Chan also bosses me around a lot.
Hey, everyone. I am Becky Lim. I'm a digital learning coach for the East Main School District and excited to be joining you all.
All right, welcome. Good evening, everyone. My name is David Chan. I also do stuff at Evanston Township High School, and apparently I boss Steve around. No, Steve is awesome, and this whole group is awesome. I'm excited to welcome both the people on this call and then the people in the chat. Welcome. Colin.
I'm Colin Boyd. I'm the Math and Science Chair at Lyons Township High School, and I do stuff occasionally as well. And now over to Andy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andy Feckety. I'm an instructional technology specialist from Indian Prairie 204, and apparently I do stuff. So I'm excited to be kicking this off and welcome everyone tonight. This is pretty awesome.
All right. So, Andy, you're going to kick us off, so we're all going to leave and give you the stage.
All right,
We're with you in spirit, though, Andy.
There you go. So my portion is going to be really quick, just to kind of talk about our focus and goals for this year. So we're really excited to kind of be relaunching GEG Chicagoland again. So our plan is to have a couple of events throughout the year. So we're going to, we have quarterly virtual meetings, maybe an in-person meeting at the end of the year scheduled. So watch for those dates coming out. We're hoping to do this quarterly to touch base with the group, see how things are going, and see how we as Chicagoland GEG can support one another. And we're just organizing this, but looking to all of you for the knowledge and your ideas of how we can support each other. The other thing that we're looking to bring back this year is we're looking to bring back our Student Voice Film Festival, which has been a huge success in the past. I was working on some stuff for that this afternoon, and really excited to bring that back with a new theme and idea and some awesome, see some work from our awesome area students. So looking forward to having a great year. I'm going to throw it over to Becky for the next portion.
All right. Yes. So I am going to share our new website that we got up and running. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing that. Within the website, and I will put the link up for you to check it out as well. Within the website, you can see the invite for this meeting, along with a lot of other things, including communication, the new membership form. Jen created a membership form for us. Please do fill that out. So I'll put the link in here. But if you go to the website, it is on here, right in the middle. It's also in the upper right-hand corner under membership. And filling this out just helps us stay in contact with each of you so you can know when upcoming meetings are, know when everything's happening, all of that, as well as be able to join our events where we get to meet in person, because we're hoping to have a few of those this year, fingers crossed, and along with the film festival. So we do want you to join that. Our upcoming dates, I'll put them in the chat in a minute unless someone else beats me to it. We will be meeting again November 16th, maybe in person, February 15th, and May 17th. So we're hoping for the February 15th that we can actually meet at IdeaCon, which would be super cool. If not, we'll do another virtual and we'll meet just like we're meeting right now. But we do have our upcoming dates. We've got the website up and running. So check it out, share it out, get the word out. We're excited for this new year. And I am going to now pass it over to David with some fun updates.
All right. So before I reached out and got a positive response from our good friends at the Google Chicago, I was going to have to dig in and do my research and catch up on all the updates that we've seen. I feel like this has been a huge summer and early fall. I guess we're still in summer with updates from Google as well as information about the different tiers. Right. If you're like me, I'm a little bit confused. I'll be honest. So I'm excited to share that we have two folks from the Google Chicago office, our good friends actually, Britton Picciolini and Annie Nash. We've known both Britton and Annie for quite some time now. They're going to come on and graciously share a little bit more about both the updates and then the education Google Workspace for Education tiers. So Annie, take it away.
Yeah. Hi. I know Britton's going to join us really quickly, but thank you for the warm introduction. Love to see that GEG Chicagoland is kind of reconvening and kicking off again for this year. What I do, just to keep in kind of the spirit of all of your earlier intros, I do stuff at Google. No, I'm just kidding. But I do work on the Google for Education team, and I support a lot of the area school districts. So chances are, if you're not sure how to get in touch with your Google person, you might want to reach out to me first. And if it's not me, I'll make sure I'm pointing you in the right direction. But yeah, that's what I do on our team. Britton, do you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. I'm having slow internet issues, so please, someone let me know if I'm coming across like Aquaman right now. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces, and I am thrilled to be here, and I'm so glad you guys are getting back together. It's just delightful to be back with all of you. So I have been at Google for 19 years, been on the education team for 5.5 years, and excited to share with you some updates. I work specifically with large districts across 9 states, and Chicago Public Schools is my big one. So really, really happy to be here with you all. So I am going to go like almost a lightning round of updates. We have a ton of updates. A lot of this, hopefully some of you are familiar with updates from our Anywhere School that happened in late June. And then I'm going to kick it over to Annie, and she's actually going to cover some of our Workspace for Education new paid edition updates as well. So let's just get going. Like, he's going to pull my... It's like magic. I've got this producer on the back end. It's fabulous. Okay, so ready for the lightning round, friends. So I have this organized by time frame. So we've got the first section is live now or coming really, really soon, then a couple months from now, and then end of the year. So let's get into it. So stuff that's live, really excited. We just announced that we have a connection with Clever now, so you can actually do automatic rostering in with Clever for Classroom. So really excited that this is live. It's saving a lot of school districts a lot of time. And just want to give you a little bit of an indicator. First of all of you are going to get these slides, and we'll have the bit.ly up in a second. In the top, you'll see when it's going to launch in the top left, and in the bottom left, you'll see which license edition this is good for. So Annie's actually going to be going through this. So you'll see here is for the Education Plus license. Okay. Closed captions in additional languages. So really excited in Meet when you turn on closed captioning for yourself, now have the ability to have it in multiple languages. So we'll be able to determine French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish. So that's available for everyone. Hand raising improvements. So how many people remember raising your hand and then you've got perma hand? So it just looks like you've got a classroom full of people that still have questions. Well, we heard a lot of feedback that it's be helpful if maybe those hands just kind of automatically came down. So that's live now. So when you actually raise your hand, ask a question, we'll determine that you've actually had a chance to speak, and then we'll automatically unraise your hand. So no more perma hand raising. Also live, we've got a refreshed user interface for Meet. So lots of teachers were wanting to unpin their own presentation so they could see more students. Now you'll have the ability to do that so you can get a little bit more surface area of all of the attendees in your Meet. Smart chips. So we're just making docs, drives, slides a little bit more intuitive. So this is a way, smart chips is a way to add direct contacts in. So you're just using the @ symbol and then typing in a contact, so they'll actually be connected to the document, and you can actually add them in and see some of their contact information. So again, just creating a little bit more collaboration and interactivity in our docs. Also live, being able to present to Meet directly from docs, slides, and sheets. So rather than having to go through the present, you can actually do it directly through a document, and it'll pick up the meets that you have ready to go. Interactive checklists. Raise your hand if you love checkboxes. That would be me. So we're adding in checkboxes finally into docs, so you can have those interactive checklists now. Ooh, thunder. New admin controls. So the ability for admins to actually determine domain settings for joining meets. So deciding if you want it to be people that have to be logged in or only in your domain. So you've got those new admin controls for Meet. Multiple moderators, huge ask. And this is literally rolling out right now, so you might even be able to see it. But being able to have more than one host or moderator for a meet. So paraprofessionals and co-teachers finally can have those same meeting controls. Super excited. That's rolling out as we speak. Safety controls on mobile. So lots of educators are using their mobile devices and iPads more than ever. And so being able to have those end meetings and security settings on your device is really helpful. So it's already live for iOS and coming soon to Android. Chrome Insights report. So for those that actually manage the Chromebooks for your district, we had launched the AUE dates in the admin console a while back, and now we're just adding a little bit more visualization for you to be able to see that easier. So being able to manage your AUE dates for the device, for the district, now you'll see that a little bit more visually, and that's coming soon. Admin end meeting for all. If I could hear you, I would hear all of the admins going, woo! So certainly during the pandemic, everyone was hoping to be able to get rid of all of those old legacy meets that students were somehow finding and lingering on. And now admins are going to be able to actually end those meetings for all. This is going to be available for the Education Standard and Education Plus licenses. Big, huge win for this one, saving admins lots of headaches. A few things on the accessibility front. So this one is point scanning. So a new navigation mode for those that are using switch access. So it enables users to select any point on a screen by having a user choose horizontal and vertical locations. So just a little bit more on the accessibility front there. And then we've added a new panning method to the full screen magnifier that's been around. So you'll be able to keep the mouse centered on the screen and have the viewport pan as you move the mouse. So I'm a big fan of full screen magnifier generally. I think it's great when you're doing presentations and trying to highlight things on your screen. So definitely check that out. Chromevox, been around forever. Everyone really loves it. We're just introducing some new features here. So some new tutorials, a quick orientation for people that might be new to Chromevox, and then a little bit of a practice area so people can test it out. So excited about some of those improvements. Okay, so here in the next few months, launching PIN logins for EDU users on Chromebooks. So you'll be able to log into a Chromebook with a simple 6-digit PIN versus a password. So lots of districts have littles that are using Chromebooks, and this could be just a game changer rather than them having to remember passwords. So I hope you find this useful when it launches. Multi-pinning, so pinning multiple tiles to customize exactly what you're seeing in a meet. So it's a really great thing if you want to have an ASL interpreter, for example. So if you could have multiple pins to be able to see that at the same time if you've got several people in the meeting. Closed captions in live streams. So being able to have those closed captions just like you're used to with YouTube videos or with Meet generally, now you'll be able to have it in live stream if you do have the Teaching and Learning Upgrade or Education Plus licenses. Breakout room safety improvements. So moderators had set their settings for the main room, but they weren't translating into the breakout rooms. And so now we're bringing it to where whatever settings you have in the main room will translate to the breakout rooms. This will be available for those that have the Teaching and Learning Upgrade as well as Education Plus. And then along those same lines, when you're in the breakout room and it's time to come back to the main room, right now, you're not forced back into the main room. And so unfortunately, there were students that were just kind of hanging out in breakout rooms when they really needed to come back to the main room. So what will happen when this launches is when breakout rooms are over, everyone will be forced back to the main room and no lingering in those breakout rooms, again, for Teaching and Learning Upgrade and Education Plus. Video lock. So turning off everyone's video at once quickly to prevent any sort of distractions. So turning it back on, of course, doesn't mean that everybody's camera is going to turn on. It just means they have the ability to turn it back on. But I'm excited for this to be able to launch for teachers to have more control over their classrooms. Admin controls for meeting access and chat. So the ability for an admin to set quick access or chat lock on or off by default. You can do that by OU or group. Learning more accessibility for classroom offline. So this is going to be launching in a few months. But when you're working with the Classroom Android app, you'll be able to actually get into Classroom, open drive attachments, open different assignments, and be able to do more offline. So just helping those students that potentially don't have really consistent internet connections. Table templates. This is one of my favorites. So this is a topic voting table template. So you'll actually be able to gather feedback and maybe have votes on different things. I'm really excited about this because I love the interactivity that we're building into Docs, but the ability to thumbs up some things in Docs is going to be pretty fun. So look forward to that. Forms has gotten a whole bunch of fun stuff, a little bit of a facelift. So settings was buried a little bit, and so we brought settings to the forefront, and so now it's going to be a tab at the top of the page, so a little easier to find things like quizzes. And then also 20 new fonts in Forms, which I know Miss Jen, who's in backstage, is really excited about because she likes to make everything pretty. Autosave in Forms. Finally, Forms is catching up with all of the rest of Google that autosaves everything. So now we're actually going to have it save for 30 days or until you finish your submission. And side note, I've had questions about quizzes. Autosave does not apply for quizzes. Drive labels. So being able to classify files that are in Drive based on sensitivity of the content in the actual document. And then so you're able to enforce some DLP, some data loss prevention, according to that classification. So as an admin, you'll be able to set up Drive rules and do some automatic classification as well. Really exciting for this from a security standpoint, and this will be available for those with the Education Standard and Plus licenses. Drive trust rules. Again, more admin abilities here, but the ability to actually say what users can share in and out of the organization. So in this example, you'll see in the animation, we've set it to where the faculty can share Drive files within different schools within the district, but the students have been locked down and they can only share for their school. So this is available for those with the Education Standard and Plus licenses when it launches, and it'll be in beta in a few months. Okay, now later this year, we are really, what I love, we're just increasing the visibility for teachers for classroom. So here we're looking at being able to measure student engagement activity. So teachers will be able to kind of up level one level to be able to see at a classroom level versus having to go into each individual student and see when they might have turned something in, when their last activity might have been, what their last comment was. So just up leveling at a level for teachers to be able to see things at a classroom level. And again, that's going to be coming later this year in classroom, and that's available for everyone. Scheduling assignments to multiple classes. I can hear the roar of teachers that are just saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is the #1 requested feature from teachers. So if you teach multiple sections of Algebra 1, finally you can actually schedule an assignment across your sections, and you can actually do some manipulation on time and date on there as well. So hopefully creating a whole lot more efficiency for teachers. Present to Meet from Docs, Slides, and Sheets. So we talked about being able to present to the Meet. Now what we're talking about is being in a document and presenting, and the Meet shows up in your document. So rather than it presenting into the Meet, you can actually be a little bit more collaborative and see the windows right in your document and working with a larger interface. Really excited about this one. This one's going to be available for those with Education Plus. Assisted analysis. So for those of you that are Sheets junkies like me, I have had this for a while and have loved it. So basically, if you create a formula or you do something in Sheets, Sheets might interpret that you might want to do that in a repeated motion. And so it'll say, hey, I think you might want to just finish up this data. And if you would like for me to do that, just click this button and I'll finish it for you. So I love this. Hopefully for those of you that are data nerds like me, you will have access and love this. This is available with Education Plus. Classroom add-ons, very excited about this one. So really Classroom is becoming the hub of all things Google for Education. So we are showcasing these 8 third-party providers for now. We'll be adding more over time. And what this does is rather than having to sign into that tool separately, you'll be able to work directly in Classroom and actually interface with these tools. This is available to those with Teaching and Learning and Education Plus. I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo here. So what we're seeing is a teacher going into Classroom, going into their class and starting an assignment. So they're going to create this assignment. Once they do, you'll see that there's a new button underneath the text that it says add on, and they're going to click book widgets. So now they're going to go into book widgets and create the assignment. Then they're going to assign it to their students. Now we're going to see the student view. So the student's going to go into their class. They're going to see that they have a new assignment from their teacher, and they're going to click on it, and it's directly going to open up book widgets. So they're able to finish the assignment directly in book widgets, didn't have to go outside of Classroom. And once they're done with this assignment, they turn it in just like they're used to with anything else. And then we'll go back to the teacher view. We'll see that the teacher has the assignments that are turned in. They can look at it directly. Again, book widget opens directly in Classroom, see the assignment, grade it, actually provide some comments to the student and return it. Really excited about this. And so if you're using any of those third parties in your districts, I would highly recommend trying to get those add-ons once they launch. All right, live translated captions. So I feel like this is a game changer. So with someone presenting in one language, you can actually have the live captions translated into another language in real time. Again, this is going to be later this year. I don't have information on what languages are going to be launching for this with Meet. This will be available for Teaching and Learning and Education Plus, but it really could be a game changer. I'm thinking about everything from parent-teacher conferences to community meetings. So really, really excited about this feature. Public live streaming coming soon. Lots of districts been waiting for this, being able to do board meetings, being able to do community meetings this way. So that will be coming in beta later this year. And again, available to those with Teaching and Learning and Education Plus. Whoosh. Okay. I don't know. That was super fast. I don't know. Like somebody timed me. Now over to Annie.
Yeah. No, first of all, I was just going to say, I haven't seen you run through that live. You did. I can't believe how quickly you did that. So kudos to you, Britton. Thank you for going through all of those updates. So now I think like David said, right, Britton has been mentioning these different additions as she's been sharing these different feature sets. So let's dive into kind of an overview of what the different licensing and additions of Google Workspace are. So Britton, if you wouldn't mind forwarding the slides just a bit so I can kind of give a high level overview of these various additions that are now available. Hopefully you all, you guys are at the GEG meeting, so you guys know Google Workspace. I will say all of these additions, if they sound new, right, I'm sure you've been hearing all these rumblings. This all kind of coincided with the name change. So I'm sure a lot of folks on this call are listening to the recording. Remember Google Apps, and it was G Suite for a long time, and now it's Google Workspace. But at the core, it is still all about just giving you more choice and control, and then flexibility over what feature sets make the most sense for your schools in your district. Okay, so the different additions. First and foremost, on the very left, I just wanted to say for all of those folks who have been using Google for a long time, you've probably, just been using that free edition. That's the one, that's the original. So the free edition, we are now just calling that Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals. So the really, I think, important thing to note is that you are not losing any functionality. In fact, there are a lot of the features that Britton went through just this evening that are coming to the fundamentals version. So we're going to continue to invest in that version, continue to bring new things. But moving on to the paid edition. So I think it's sometimes easiest to talk about the Education Plus, which is on the very far right. This is the most comprehensive solution we have out there. Essentially, this is an upgrade to your entire Google domain for your district. So it's going to update all of the security and analytics features that Britton had mentioned. Think of this, those are the tools that if you are someone that goes into the admin console, or maybe your administrative team that manages that, those are the tools that they get to enable, really think kind of that back end, really focusing on user security, as well as those analytics. And then the teaching and learning side as well is also included in the Education Plus. So all of those more kind of end user or teacher and student facing tools, the upgrades to Google Meet, the upgrades to some of the docs features, to Google Classroom, originality reports, which we didn't talk about today, but those are a plagiarism detection tool that is built into Google Classroom. So that's all of the teaching and learning side. Now, what we did based on user feedback from last year, we actually split that Education Plus into 2 versions. One version called Standard, that is, again, all of those administrative, security, and analytics tools, and then Teaching and Learning. So the Teaching and Learning upgrade, again, is all of those Classroom, Google Meet, some of the end user facing tools that, again, teachers and students are going to be interfacing with on a daily basis. So that's, in a nutshell, we went from 1 to now 4, seemingly overnight in some ways, but hopefully that helps kind of clarify how we're thinking about it and why we've broken out the paid editions into 3 total. For the sake of time, we're just going to kind of scoot to the end here. I wanted to just briefly touch on storage. Some of you might have heard that we've made some announcements around our storage policies. Let's see, the TLDR is that if you're using the Google for Education Fundamentals version, you have 100 terabytes of pooled storage for all of your users in your domain. If you upgrade to Education Plus, you're going to get an additional 20 gigabytes of storage for every single user that has a license in your domain. And then if you also choose to upgrade to Teaching and Learning, you're going to get additional storage there as well. The only place that doesn't come with the additional storage is the Education Standard, just kind of solely based on the functionality. Again, that's just kind of giving admins a few more levers that they can pull from a security standpoint. So not so much, doesn't have as much of an impact on overall storage. One other thing, maybe Britton, if you go to the next slide, I wanted to touch on in terms of licensing, the model, the pricing. By and large, Education Plus and Education Standard, this is licensed on a per student model. So Education Plus, again, that fully, the most comprehensive solution we have is $5 per student per year. And the Education Standard is $3 per student per year. The only one that's a little different is the Teaching and Learning upgrade, which is actually priced for staff rather than student. The idea here is we wanted to accommodate some districts that might have had, only a particular school wanted to upgrade, Google Meet or Google Classroom, some of those teaching and learning focused tools, or just a single department or certain grade levels. So we wanted to give them that flexibility to license a portion of their staff instead of everyone. And so that is priced at $4 per license per month, or another way to think about that is $48 per license per year. But just keep in mind that you're licensing, again, just a subset of your staff. If you are thinking that you want to, provide this functionality to the majority of your teaching staff, cost effectiveness wise, probably Education Plus is going to make a bit more sense, but I wanted to just make sure I called out that particular kind of nuance when it comes to pricing. I think that's everything. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you all had a chance to follow along. There's a ton of content, but like Britton pointed out, all of those features have a tag that show which version they're a part of. So please, take this deck. You can feel free to share it. It's public. So hopefully this was really helpful. And again, thank you so much for having us join. It was really awesome to see so many, like Britton said, familiar faces. So really,
yes. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Annie, and thank you, Britton, so much. I will speak for myself. Again, so many updates. I have not been able to keep up with them. So this really helped me, even in the 30-second or whatever, how long it was. Yeah, I think 15 minutes. We clocked it out. And then Annie, thank you so much too for the breakdown, because again, I think it really helps for me again to hear the security versus the teaching kind of breakdown that you gave, as well as that pricing. That does make sense, especially if you have some smaller schools and whatnot. So thank you both for joining us as well this evening. I'm going to turn it to Colin, who's going to actually guide us in a little bit of discussion and engage the rest of us that are on this call.
Yeah, that's a hard act to follow right there. There was a lot of excitement off of that. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit away from Google exciting news and trends and try to get us pumped up a little bit for this school year. So after last year and even the spring from the year before that, I feel like a lot of teachers are internalizing the stress and tension and all the things that come with that. So what I'd like us to do here is I've got a Google Doc that should be set to open to edit, and I will try to share my screen off of this. And what I'd like people to do is just go ahead and hop on there, and you can choose which question you'd like to answer. You could choose what you're excited for about this year, what makes you happy at work, what makes you passionate about your subject or former subject area that you teach. What are you hopeful about for your classes or for your students? And maybe last but certainly not least, what's better for you this year compared to last? So again, we're looking for a lot of positivity here, trying to keep our thoughts in a direction that will help us move forward this year. I got this idea from The Happiness Advantage by Sean Acor. If you've never read that, it's a great book to kind of get yourself started and thinking about how the power of positive thinking really can impact not only your mental attitude, but also your productivity and how you accomplish things as an educator. So reading a couple things off of here, a couple people excited about a really new district that they're in, that technology is always changing, that we are seeing students and teachers back in the building. Amen to that. That's been the biggest difference for sure this year. Again, seeing people relying on each other and seeing how happy they are to be able to get with a group like this and share ideas and get ideas. We're happy about vaccines. Oh, maybe somebody's adding a new question. Not sure what's happening here. We'll give it just a couple more minutes. We don't have too many people on this call. So the main idea in the Happiness Advantage is that one of the key takeaways is, again, that attitude of gratitude thing, where you're listing 3 things that you're thankful for on every single day for 21 days. And that's shown to, again, positively affect your mindset. It also talks about, again, paying this forward and giving unsolicited compliments to teachers in and around you. So again, consider those things when you're looking at your practices that can help you not only have a positive attitude for yourself, but think about how your staff and your teachers around you maybe need that positive pick-me-up as they go back into their classrooms. I love a good GIF. All right, we'll wrap it up there. And then I think we're headed to Steve next.
Hey, how is everybody? Sorry, I'm here sort of in the dark today. The big storm just came through Naperville, and to be honest, I get a little nervous. The tornado that hit Naperville is about a half mile from my house, so if I keep looking behind me, it's because the wind's rattling a little bit. But otherwise, we're all good here. On my part's going to be really brief here. If you know me, you know I live really by a couple miles. The more you share, the more you learn, and then questions are more important than answers. So the idea behind this group is that we're here to help each other, and we're always here to help, whether that's using the Google group. I'll be safe. Don't worry about me. I'm going to hide under the desk if I have to. If you see me disappear, I'm probably running for my family first, and then I'm under the desk. Probably the best place to ask for help and get help is the Google group that's connected on the webpage that we shared with you guys earlier. That's a great place to ask questions or share ideas or just do those types of things. Obviously, we're going to have these meetings occasionally that we can get together, and hopefully face-to-face at some point. I missed our last face-to-face one because I was traveling from somewhere to somewhere. I forget exactly for those. And then ultimately, just reach out to us. All of us have been doing this for a while, and all of us love sharing what we know. And if we don't know it, we really love, like for me at least, I love figuring it out. You know, that's why I do what I do. I still teach science, 2 classes a day, but the rest of the day, I love having those opportunities to troubleshoot and problem solve. So know that we're here from you. Know that if you ever need anything, we're just a couple of clicks away. And this is really a great group to learn from. So I'm going to pass it off to Jen because I'm going to watch the rain.
There we go. Okay, so my job is actually the fun part, and that is that I get to give away stuff. So you know how you're always getting stuff, and I've accumulated lots of Google swag here, and I've got, thank you, and I've got Google sunglasses, and I've even got, I've got some other random non-Googly teacher things too that I've collected, like this might be filled with flare pens, or you want a neon orange puppet that's a bat. I already have a black one. This is a spare. So somebody's going to get this. Basically, I'm going to make up prize packs for 2 of you, and I'm going to send them out to you. And it will include our super limited edition GEG Chicagoland stickers. What? You guys are all looking at my background. What's in the drawer labeled stationery? Maybe some of these cool GEG stickers. So I will be drawing the winners from the GEG membership form. So you want to, I know, Rick, I know you want that. So let me put on the banner. There we go. Enter the raffle and join Google Group Chicagoland. I will be going through the responses here. So not only do you join our Google group, and we'll have your information so we can send you fun things like stickers and stuff, but I will pick a couple of people to mail a little prize pack with all of my fun things. Yeah, and my orange puppet bat. There will probably be Halloween-y things in there for you. So yes, I love spreading the joy. I get to do the fun stuff of giving away things. And yeah, I'm super excited that we might all finally get to see each other like at IdeaCon this year and all that. So yay. Make sure that you fill out that form. Yeah, I put that in the chat. I'm looking again. If somebody wants to drop the link in the chat again so people can click on it directly. That's actually all I have to share. I will actually tweet out who the winners are, so I'm not just making it up. I'll tweet out who the winners are, but I want to give everybody a chance to kind of fill out that form. Google Friends, do we have other things to add after this? Do I pass this to someone, or do I say goodbye? I didn't drop anything.
I think we can all come join you. All right.
Great.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us for our first meeting of the year. We hope to have a great year and see you back at the next one.
Yep, just put the dates in there. So our next meeting again, November 16th, and then IdeaCon, February 14th to 17th, 2022. We'll definitely meet up there. And yeah.
Yes.
Are you drawing? I forgot. Are you drawing now, Jen? No, you're drawing.
Am I drawing right now? I want to give people a chance to fill out the form.
Got it.
It's there's a few. It's
Did I
asking
win?
a bunch of stuff. I don't think you can win. I don't think you're eligible.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're nice, I'll bring stickers to IdeaCon, and then people can just come and ask, in exchange, high fives or something. I don't know. We'll work it out. All right.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.